Hey guys, welcome to Pages with Sidra. Today we are going to start chapter 538 of I Have 90 Billion Licking Gold Coins. If you haven't watched the previous chapters, make sure to check them out on my channel. Now, without any delay, let's dive into the chapter. A mouthful of fresh blood spewed from Xiantian medicine ancestor's lips. He could feel his internal organs shifting from that devastating kick. At least a dozen bones were broken. That despicable brat, Qin Yuan. Not only was he a top-tier expert, but he actually pretended to be a weakling just to lure him in? Too sinister. Too shameless. Spewing more blood, Xiantian medicine ancestor used the force of the impact to flee, vanishing in the blink of an eye. He came fast, and he left even faster, just like a sneaky black rat disappearing into the shadows. Qin Yuan stood there, frowning. Wait. What just happened? Reflexively, I think I kicked something. Could it have been a person? But that speed. Was it someone from Beichen's faction trying to ambush me? Seriously, what is it with these old fogies? Why do you all blame me for everything? The one who took down Beichen was the Skull Society, not me. Instead of hunting them down, why are you all targeting me? He sighed. Guess I'll have to clear up this misunderstanding. Can't be shouldering all these grudges forever. Meanwhile, Xiantian medicine ancestor, gravely wounded, managed to return to his hideout in a residential building. But when he arrived, he found that Yo Qing was gone. A single note was left behind. As he read it, his expression darkened like the bottom of a pot. Qing had infiltrated the Qin family estate. That was far too dangerous. The estate was like a dragon's den, its depths unfathomable. Aside from Qin Yuan's mysterious master, Qin himself was already a peak-tier expert, on par with a fourth realm powerhouse. Even Xiantian medicine ancestor had barely survived their encounter. Qing had never ventured into the secular world before. She had no idea how dangerous and unpredictable people could be. No, I must go back to the Qin estate and rescue her. But the moment that thought struck him, he coughed up another mouthful of blood and collapsed unconscious. A fourth realm expert's self-healing abilities were terrifying. Their vitality was beyond the understanding of ordinary people. Despite his severe injuries, Xiantian medicine ancestor regained consciousness by nightfall. With sheer force of will, he reset his broken bones one by one, activating his genetic potential to accelerate the healing process. By dawn, though his body had only recovered about 20%, he disguised himself once again and returned to work at the Qin estate. At the entrance, Wuning, where the hell did you go yesterday? Didn't even say a word before vanishing? Forget it. Just hurry up and take out the trash. I won't report this to Butler Amy this time, but don't make it a habit. Xiantian medicine ancestor had braced himself for a scolding. But the supervisor didn't push the issue? A strange warmth stirred in his heart. So this guy isn't as harsh as he looks. As long as you do your job well, he won't make things difficult for you. Fine, I'll let this slide. Originally, I had planned to kill you one day, but since you showed some leniency today, I'll spare your dog life in the future. Later that morning, Yuling Shuang arrived at the Qin estate to report on work progress. She had two main updates. The lithography machine production was proceeding smoothly. The second phase of Dun Tian New City's development, including compensation for relocated households, was going well. At this point, over 100,000 relocated households had received their new apartments, fulfilling the compensation agreements months ahead of schedule. When they promised 1 year, they delivered in 1 year. No delays. Boss, Yuling Shuang continued, recently, someone proposed a new project. They believe the electric vehicle industry is already outdated and instead want to develop new energy aircraft. What do you think? Qin Yuan's eyes lit up. Who suggested that? Yuling Shuang hesitated before responding, boss. Missy suggested it, but she told me not to mention her name. She might have her own concerns. Obviously, Ihan underestimated Yuling Shuang's honesty. She wouldn't even tell a simple lie. Her loyalty to Qin Yuan went beyond mere professional respect. It was absolute devotion. Qin Yuan laughed. This project, I'm investing in it. With a wave of his hand, he made the decision on the spot. Qin Yuan leaned forward, eyes gleaming with excitement. I believe this project has immense potential. Right now, global air travel is far from universal. More than half the world's population has never even been on a plane. Many cities still lack airports, and for some places, traveling abroad requires multiple layovers. It's an absolute hassle. This proves one thing: transportation is still highly inconvenient. Flydun Capital should aim to build an airport in every city with a population of at least 300,000. making travel easier for everyone. Small-scale new energy aircraft will be essential to this transformation. He waved a hand decisively. For this project, let's start with an investment of 1 trillion. The moment those words left his mouth, Yuling Shuang was stunned speechless. She had assumed that, out of respect for Miss Yi, the boss might agree to the investment, but not necessarily believe in it. Because, let's be honest, new energy aircraft? At this stage? It sounded ridiculous. Like something straight out of a sci-fi novel. For someone as sharp as Qin Yuan, it didn't seem like the type of project he would ever seriously pursue. But not only did he approve it instantly, he was throwing an insane amount of money at it. Wait, could this project actually be viable? Yuling Shuang wondered, her mind racing. A surprise encounter. Just as Yuling Shuang was struggling to process everything, a young woman dressed in a simple manor worker's uniform gracefully stepped forward. With a gentle smile, she placed 2 cups of pu'er tea in front of Qin Yuan and Yuling Shuang. Boss, miss you. Please enjoy your tea. At that exact moment. Ding. Licking dog system activated. Name, Yao Qinan. Age, 19. Height, 170 centimeters. Weight, 48 kilograms. Appearance rating, September 8th, 10. Affection level towards host, negative 99 points. Ding. Finding successful. When a female target's affection level exceeds 95 points, the relationship reverses. She becomes the host's devoted admirer. Reversal complete rewards. 10% licking dog gold cashback on all expenses. 300 enhancement points. New skills unlocked. Herbal medicine mastery. 9 dragons acupuncture technique. Pharmaceutical crafting. Advanced agriculture. Flying needle concealed weapons. Universal genetic potential guidance incomplete. Qin Yuan almost spat out his tea. Holy sh** tea. This beauty is actually a jackpot. He looked at Yuqin and with newfound shock and intrigue. Wait, what the hell? Minus 99 affection points. Qin Yuan nearly jumped out of his chair. A negative affection score this extreme? That had to be a new record. Even without thinking too hard, he could immediately tell this girl definitely wanted him dead. Could it be? The tea is poisoned? Keeping his expression completely neutral, Qin Yuan slowly placed the teacup down. Pu'er tea. He frowned slightly, feigning displeasure. Don't you know? I only drink Dahong Pao tea, and not just any Dahong Pao, only the ones from the original Wui Mountain mother trees. This low-grade tea? I don't touch it. B-boss, I. Yao Qingtan's face flushed red, looking both anxious and flustered. Her heart was already racing from the poisoning attempt. After all, a guilty conscience is hard to hide. Now, the target refused to drink? What the hell was she supposed to do? Wui Mountain's mother tree Dahong Pao? Are you kidding me? Where the hell am I supposed to get that? But before she could say anything else, Qin Yuan waved her away. All right, you're dismissed. No need to serve tea anymore. As Yao Qing'an hesitated for a moment, then turned to leave, Qin Yuan's eyes gleamed coldly. By now, he had completely figured out who she was. A familiar face. That night, Beichen and his 2 companions fought against 500 elite special forces, and the Beichen medicine king was killed on the spot. Yesterday, Xiantian medicine ancestor had tried to ambush him, only to be sent flying with a single kick, heavily injured. That left one last person, a young woman who had vanished without a trace. So this was her. She had infiltrated the manor, biding her time for revenge. The system even rated her a 9.8 in appearance, which meant she was definitely a stunning beauty under the disguise. But what truly caught Qin Yuan's attention was something else, the 300 reverse reinforcement points given by the system. This was the highest reward he had ever received. Could it be because of that so-called genetic potential guidance, incomplete, technique? A cultivation method? He suddenly felt genuinely intrigued. The people from Medicine King Valley were absurdly powerful, far beyond normal human limits. Yet they didn't have a system. So how did they develop such terrifying physical strength? Clearly, they had some special training method to unlock human potential. And now, this incomplete technique might be the secret behind it all. Suspicion confirmed. After Yao Qing'an left, Yuling Shuang silently glanced at the teacup. Boss, I'll arrange for a fresh batch of exclusive Mother Tree Dahong Pao for you next time. This pu'er tea. Don't drink it, Qin Yuan said casually. And neither should you. Yuling Shuang's expression subtly changed. Poisoned? Was that waitress an assassin? But if boss already knew, why didn't he expose her? Qin Yuan smirked. I have my reasons. Leave this matter to me. That person might be useful. Hearing that, Yuling Shuang immediately understood. Boss is scheming again. First, it was Nia Chiozi, and now, Yao Qidan? Why are so many people trying to assassinate the boss? But what was truly terrifying was that, even knowing these people wanted to kill him, boss still calmly kept them around. Did he see some hidden value in her? Is he planning to recruit her? A strange request. A few moments later, Qin Yuan grabbed his radio and gave an order to Amy, his trusted housekeeper. Amy, prepare a car for me. I'm going out shopping today. Understood, boss. I'll get it ready immediately. This time, you don't need to accompany me. Amy blinked. Then, who will be going with you, boss? Let your Qin and come with me. Huh. For a brief second, Amy was completely dumbfounded. That name sounded unfamiliar. Frowning slightly, she immediately pulled out her phone and made a call. The shock spreads. Manager Wang, Amy's voice was professional as always. Is there an employee named Yao Qin in your department? Yes, Miss Amy. She's a newly hired manor worker. She just finished her training and started her first official shift today. Why? Did she do something wrong? No, nothing like that, Amy replied calmly. The boss personally requested her to accompany him on a shopping trip. Have her prepare immediately. What? Manager Wang nearly fell off his chair. First day on the job, and already caught the boss's attention. No way. Is the boss into tan girls? This was a classic Cinderella moment, from an ordinary worker to being personally summoned by the most powerful man in the company. Manager Wang quickly straightened his suit and adjusted his tone. If this girl has truly caught the boss's eye, then her future is limitless. Gotta be on her good side now. Instant popularity. Meanwhile, back in the employee break room. The moment Yao Qing'an returned, her co-workers swarmed her like bees to honey. Qing'an, my dear sister, don't forget about us when you become rich and famous. Hey, I just bought a new set of luxury skincare products. Do you want them? I'll give them to you for free. Qitan, hurry up and put on some makeup. You need to dress up properly. Huh. Yao Qing'an was totally lost. Just this morning, these same people had been treating her like an invisible nobody. Now, they were all acting like long-lost best friends. What's going on? She asked suspiciously. One of the workers grinned. Duh. The boss personally requested you to accompany him on a shopping trip. You're about to hit the jackpot. What? For a split second, Yao Qingtan's heart nearly stopped. Had Qin Yuan found out? Should I run? No. If he really knew, I'd already be arrested. Then why? Why did he specifically name me? Was he testing her? Or could it be? Soon, a Rolls-Royce Phantom smoothly pulled up in front of the manor's main building. Its jet-black exterior gleamed under the sunlight, exuding an air of authority and prestige that only the finest luxury cars possessed. At this moment, Yao Qing'an stood beside the car as instructed by Manager Wang. Her tall, slender figure was accentuated by her poised posture. Her skin had a healthy, sun-kissed glow, and under the sunlight, it radiated a unique charm. She maintained a polite, professional smile, revealing a set of pearly white teeth exuding both calmness and elegance. Moments later, Qin Yuan strode out of the main building. All the employees instinctively halted their tasks, their eyes drawn toward their enigmatic and unfathomable boss. Under their silent gazes, Qin Yuan walked toward the Rolls-Royce and sat in the back seat without hesitation, just as everyone assumed that Yu Qing and would take the front passenger seat. Get in. Qin Yuan casually pointed to the back seat and spoke in a commanding tone. You, sit in the back. For a moment, the entire scene froze. Every employee's expression shifted to sheer shock and disbelief. The back seat. That was a space reserved exclusively for the boss, or at the very least, for someone of high status. Yet, here he was, allowing a mere servant to sit next to him? What does this mean? Who exactly is she? Murmurs spread among the staff, their gazes filled with suspicion, curiosity, and even a hint of jealousy. Some employees even subtly sucked in a cold breath, as if realizing something profound had just occurred. Unaware of the turmoil she had just caused, Yao Qing'an simply obeyed the order and got into the car. The next moment, vroom. The Rolls-Royce Phantom's engine rumbled with a deep growl, and the luxurious vehicle smoothly rolled out of the estate, heading toward the bustling city. A deadly gaze from the shadows. Meanwhile, a hidden figure was watching. In a quiet corner of the manor grounds, an old man was casually sweeping fallen leaves with a broom. His actions appeared calm and unremarkable. Yet, the moment Yao Qing'an stepped into the Rolls-Royce, his hands suddenly froze mid-air. Slowly lifting his head, his eyes turned blood red with rage. Chi-tan. She actually got into Qin Yuan's car. A violent tremor coursed through his wrinkled hands, gripping the broom so tightly that his knuckles turned white. His gaze, sharp as a dagger, locked onto the disappearing vehicle with an expression of shock and fury. Damn it. This is truly dangerous. That bastard Qin Yuan is insidious, cunning beyond belief. Even I, for all my wisdom, have fallen into his schemes. How could Qing Tan's insignificant tricks possibly work against him? Suddenly, a terrifying realization struck the old man like lightning. His pupils contracted violently, and his face darkened like an oncoming storm. No, this isn't a coincidence. That bastard. He already knows I'm here. A chill ran down his spine, his breathing turned heavy, and his mind spun rapidly. Qin Yuan wouldn't take her with him for no reason, unless he's using her to bait me out. At that instant, his body went rigid, and his heart pounded like a war drum. Damn you, Qin Yuan. Using such despicable tactics to force my hand? His fists clenched tightly, his nails digging into his palms as rage and desperation surged through him. If he acted rashly now, he would walk straight into Qin Yuan's trap. Yet, if he did nothing, cheat and might never return. The thought of losing her ignited a blazing fury inside him. His eyes were bloodshot, his teeth clenched, and his entire body trembled as he let out a low, hate-filled growl. Qin Yuan, if you dare lay a single finger on Chi-tan, I swear, I will wipe out your entire bloodline. That's it for today's chapter recap. If you enjoyed the breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with the latest manga, manhwa, and manhwa recaps. Got thoughts on today's chapter? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear your take on the story. Also, if you know other fans who were reading this manhwa but stopped because it got axed, share this video with them. The more support we get, the more motivation we'll have to keep making these videos.